Haunted story of ghost. I saw my father so upset for the first time. He started saying further, "Son, I think we will have to think of something big. Before she does something wrong with our family, we will have to find a way to save ourselves from her." I nodded my head in agreement. After some time we went to meet Kamalji. Papa told him everything. Kamalji heard all this and said, "It is also possible that Hariya does not know anything. He is making things up from his mind." On this my father said, "No, Kamal, it is not like that. That witch is sending us her message through Hariya. She is very clever. Let us tell all this to that tantric once, because it is because of her black thread that she is not able to attack us." The next day we both reached that tantric with Kamalji. After listening to the whole thing, he said, "Yes, I was also feeling something wrong, that how did she get free so easily? I think she left when I was chanting the mantra with my eyes closed." All three of us were very scared after listening to the tantric. We realized that this tantric will not be able to do anything, so we came out from there without saying anything. Kamalji said, "What should we do now, Gyanchandji?" On hearing his words, my father said, "Let's go to the village today itself. There is only one Ganga Tai there. Now she can show us some way. Just pray that she is alive. We have not received any news of her for many years." We sat in the car and reached the village directly. When we asked the villagers about Ganga Tai, they told us that she is ill. We reached her house. At first she did not recognize anyone. Then when Papa and Kamalji introduced themselves, she recognized us. On hearing what Ganga Tai told us, our hair stood on end. She said, "It was I who saved the family of those two boys from that witch." She was very angry at that time and wanted to kill their entire family as well. Hearing this, my father held Taiji's feet. "Ganga Tai, we have come here with a great hope. Please save us and our family too." Hearing this, Ganga Tai said, "You are forgetting what I said? I said I had saved their family. In return, the witch had to become the victim of those two. If you want to save your family, then both of you will have to die." Then I said, "No, how can this happen? Leave it, father. Whatever happens, we will bear it together. I cannot let my father die." Ganga Tai shouted, "Then why have you come to me? Go away from here and die." My father and Kamalji somehow calmed her down. Then Ganga Tai said, "Listen, I will call that witch, then I will promise to hand you over to her. In return, I will take a promise from her to leave your family. If you agree, then say it." Kamalji said, "We agree, Brother Gyanchand. We have seen our whole life. If we don't have a family, then what is the use of living? We should give our lives for our family." Papa also supported him by nodding in yes. I was unable to say anything, but my heart was restless. I did not want to lose my father. The time was fixed after 2 days. We had to come there with our families. The witch would be called at night. After reaching home, Papa and I told the whole thing to my mother and Asha. Hearing this, they started crying a lot. Papa was trying to convince her, but my mother would faint again and again. She was not able to bear this shock. 2 days later, we reached the village with Kamalji and his family at the appointed time. Ganga Tai had collected some tantra mantra material there. After some time, she started chanting some mantras. In a short while, we realized that some power was wandering around us. Ganga Tai challenged her and said, "Why are you troubling them? They did not kill you. Your revenge is complete. Leave them." That shadow said laughingly, "You will not be able to save them. I will kill all of them." Ganga Tai said, "Leave their family. In return, I will hand over both of them to you." The shadow said, "Okay, I have agreed to what you said. Hand them over to me." Ganga Tai said, "Go, both of you go to that field. I cannot do anything more than this." I was very angry and shouted, "If you have the courage, then beat me up. Are you trying to show your power on these old people?" Ganga Tai said, "Gyanchand, stop your son. Otherwise he will also die. He does not know how powerful he is." My father came to me and closed my mouth with his hand and said, "Forgive him, he is a child. I am ready to die." Then my father said, "Son, take care of everyone. My support for you was till here. Now the time has come for me to leave. I have never lost courage till today. You should also be courageous." Seeing all this, my mother fainted. My wife Aisha was crying and taking care of my mother. In a short while, Kamalji took my father along and went to that field. He was visible to us for a while and then disappeared from sight. As soon as he left, his family and we all started crying. Ganga Tai said, "It is because of you people that he has sacrificed his life. Now you wait here till morning. We will go to the field in the morning." We sat there and waited for the morning. As soon as it was morning, Kamalji's son and I rushed to the field. By then the villagers had also gathered. When we went there, we saw that the bodies of my father and Kamalji were lying there. There were marks of wounds on many places on their bodies. The blood had come out and had dried up lying on the ground. Our hearts sank on seeing all this. With the help of the villagers, we brought both of them to the courtyard of Ganga Tai's house. The witch's revenge was complete. We all returned to the village to perform the last rites of both of them. A few days after my father's death, my mother also died. She could not bear this shock. Even today, after so many years, I shudder at the thought of all this. Even today, I feel like taking revenge from that witch. But all this is probably not in our control.